Good morning, children. How are you, children? I hope all of you are fine. Today, class for sixth class. Children, we are discussing about the chapter rain. How does it comes from? Okay, వర్షం ఎలా పడుతుంది? Okay, children, we already discussed about the evaporation process. Evaporation process means nothing. The process in which the liquid water is changed into that gaseous form of water, nothing but water vapor is called as evaporation process. Okay, the process in which the liquid form of water is changed into the gaseous form of water is nothing but water vapor is called as evaporation. So evaporation is common natural process. It takes place on the surface of the oceans, seas, rivers, ponds, lakes, etc. Okay, when the evaporated water mixed with the air, it will be not appear, means it completely mixed with the air, then it is reaches to the higher level of the atmosphere and forms clouds in the sky. So you know about that one. By performing a simple experiment, we can understand how the clouds are formed. Okay, first you take one vessel or bowl, ఒక చిన్న పాత్ర ఏదైనా తీసుకోవాలి, and fill it with some amount of water and gently heat the bowl on the stove and gently heat the stove, and you observe that when the water starts boiling and immediately place the lid over the bowl and after some time remove the lid from the container or bowl. What do you observe? We observe that when the water is continuously boiling and the vapor is released from that one water and and when you continuously boiling, it will evaporate. So it is this is common process we daily observe in our kitchen. Okay, so when the water vapor reaches to the higher level of atmosphere, at the time it is condenses. Condensation means nothing but the changing of water vapor into solid ice is called as condensation process. What is condensation? The changing of gaseous form of water vapor, the changing of gaseous form of water vapor into the solid ice is called as condensation. So this condensation process takes place in the higher level of atmosphere and large scale, means ఎక్కువ మొత్తంలో జరుగుతుంది, and it leads to the formation of clouds in the sky. It leads to the formation of clouds in the sky. You know that when the clouds are not stationary. These clouds can move from one place to the another place in the wind direction. In the wind direction means nothing but these clouds are always not stationary. ఒక దగ్గర స్థిరంగా ఉండవు. When the wind blows, the clouds can move from one place to the another place. The clouds can move from the one place to the another place. So when the clouds move along with the cool breeze joins with the clouds. ఎలా అయితే మేఘాలు కదులుతున్న దానితో పాటు చల్ల గాలి తోడైతే ఇమీడియట్లీ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్ మీన్స్ ద వాటర్ డ్రాప్లెట్స్ దట్ ఆర్ present in the clouds combined with the cool air. Okay, you know that one in clouds the water droplets are present. So whenever the cool air joins with the clouds droplets, immediately it leads to the formation of larger water droplets. అంటే పెద్ద పెద్ద వర్ష బిందువులాగా మారుతుంది. సో వెనెవర్ the clouds moves in very cool area, immediately the cloud starts raining. Means the water droplets which are present, okay, whenever the cool breezes move along with the clouds, the immediately the clouds droplets are separate from each other and they fall as droplets. This process is called as rain. This process is called as what? Rain. Okay, whenever the cool breezes touches the clouds, at the time the water droplets are separated in the clouds and the water droplets fall towards the earth side. This phenomena is called as rain. Children, normally you know that one in our area we have 3 seasons. In our area we have 3 seasons. One is summer, rainy and winter season. Normally we observe more rains, near about 80% of rains in the rainy season only. And the main reason for the rains in our area are northwest monsoons. Which monsoon? Southwest monsoons. Which monsoon? Southwest monsoons. So when the monsoon arrives, we get the rainfall from the June month to till October months. Okay, so the southwest monsoon brought clouds to our area and breezes to our area. These are responsible for the rain in our area. And in sometimes we observe that one unseasonal rains also, children. Means in winter and summer. Okay, you know that one in raining process, first of all the evaporation process taking place, then condensation process. By the condensation process the clouds are formed. After that one formation of clouds, we observe that one rain process. After that one raining, we observe that one surface flow of water in that rivers. Okay, means the water that fall on the land surface flow as rivers on the land surface and finally reaches to the oceans. And this total process taking place in a cycling manner. ఒక చక్రీయ పద్ధతిలో జరుగుతుంది. విచ్ వన్? ఎవాపరేషన్ ప్రాసెస్ అండ్ దిస్ కండెన్సేషన్ ప్రాసెస్, formation of cloud process and raining process and surface flow to the oceans from rivers. All this process is taking place in a cycling. So the whole process is considered as nothing but a water cycle. What? Water cycle. So the water cycle is very important for the living organisms. For the living organisms. You know that when children, without water, any living organisms cannot survive on the earth. So, upon the earth surface, near about most of the water, approximately 98 percentage of water is present in the oceans, but that is salt water, that is not used for any consumption, means that is not used for drinking purpose, and cultivate for the cultivation of crops purpose also it is not utilized. Why? Because nothing but the salt content is very more. So by using salt water we can't cultivate the crops, and that type of water also not beneficial for the plant. So only 2 percentage of water is available to us. So in that one also majority of the water is locked as in the form of glaciers, means మంచు ఫలకాల్లాగా ధ్రువ ప్రాంతాల్లో పేరుకుపోయి ఉంది. ఓన్లీ 1% ఆఫ్ వాటర్ ఈస్ అవైలబుల్. సో అగైన్ ఇన్ దట్ వన్ సమ్ వాటర్ ఈస్ ప్రజెంట్ యాజ్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ హ్యూమిడిటీ, గాలిలో తేమ లాగా ఉంది. అండ్ సమ్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ ఈస్ ప్రజెంట్ ఇన్ అవర్ బాడీ ఆఫ్ ది లివింగ్ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ అండ్ ప్లాంట్స్, and some water is converted as in the form of underground water. So only very less amount of water is available. So water is so precious. Save the water, save life. Okay, if there is no water there is no life. And you know that one nowadays sometimes we observe that one heavy rainfall, and sometimes we observe scanty rainfall, చాలా తక్కువ వర్షపాతం. What is the reason? Because of that one effect of global warming only. Which one? Global warming, అంటే భూతాపం, భూమి సడన్గా వేడెక్కిపోవడం. So the major reason for the global warming are nothing but deforestation process. What is the major reason for the global warming? Deforestation means nothing but the cutting down of trees on the large scale is called as deforestation process. The cutting down of trees on the large scale is called as deforestation process. So what are the effect of deforestation process? So first is nothing but the average temperature of the earth is increases. So nothing but we feel more heat in all seasons. This is the first effect. Nothing. Second one is nothing but scanty rainfall. చాలా తక్కువ వర్షపాతం నమోదవ్వడం. The area which have more plantation or trees or forest area, that area should receive more rainfall. Means those areas will have more trees, that areas can receive more rainfall. But day by day the human population also increases. To satisfy the needs of the growing human population, we are increasing agricultural practices. So means nothing but as the population is growing more, immediately we have to increase the food production. Without food we can survive? No. So how we get food? From the agricultural process only. So we want to increase food production, immediately we have to cultivate more crops in more lands. But you know that when the land surface is increasing? No, the land surface is not increasing. So that's why the deforestation is taking place. Finally the deforestation is effects upon that one rain. So it disturbs the cycling of water. Not only that one, nowadays industrialization also increasing, means nothing but parishramik. So industrial developments also very good for the human development, but by the establishment of industries, day by day the pollution level is increasing in atmosphere. As the pollution level is increasing in atmosphere, it leads to the scanty rainfall, means water scarcity. If the rainfall is not good, we can't get water for even drinking purpose only. All the wells, ponds, lakes are dry, and the cattle should suffer from the thirst, and we should not cultivate crops. When the farmers should not cultivate the crops, then we can't get the food. So everything is depends upon the rain. Everything is depends upon the rain. If the rainfall is not good, immediately all the fields are affected. So for balancing of nature, we have to follow some rules and regulation, means nothing but plantation of more trees. For that one, we have to actively participate in the program such as Harita Haram and Vana Mahotsav. Okay, so as possible you can plant more trees. If the trees are more, immediately the oxygen level are increases and the carbon dioxide percentage decreases in our surroundings. Okay, that brings good rainfall in our area. If the rainfall is good, all are happy and all of our surroundings are filled with greenery. Okay, so to get rainfall, we should not cut the trees. So in water cycle, one time revise that one, evaporation. Okay, evaporation is a commonly process that takes place in the ocean, rivers, ponds and lakes. Means changing of water into water vapor. Then the water vapor reaches to the higher level of the sky and solidifies and forms the clouds. When the cool air is contact with the clouds, then large water droplets are accumulated in the sky. It leads to the formation of dark gray clouds. Normally, when we see the dark gray clouds in the sky, we predict that one there may be probability of heavy rains. Okay, so when the clouds are cool, immediately we get the rain. After the raining process, all the water is reaches to the rivers by the canals, channels, finally enter into the oceans. This is the cycling process. But by the human development and the increasing in the agricultural practices and urbanization practices, by the usage of plastics, day by day the environmental pollution is increasing. Its effects upon the rain. So recently we observed that one means floods in the Hyderabad due to the heavy rains. Means nothing but in a short period of time heavy rain occurs. Due to that one, environment changes and there is no proper drainage system is there in the Hyderabad, and more population density is there, and all tanks and ponds are occupied by the buildings. So these are the main reason. If you protect the nature, the nature will protect you. Don't forget that thing. Okay, try to protect the nature. Okay, thank you children. one time carefully read the keywords.